1969, and of course, we wasn't even born yet. I'm here today. Introduce yourself.
Coty Lewis.
And what makes you qualified to be a 1969 reviewer? Do you have any experience with wrestling?
I'm the head coach of Woodford Count
There we
right
go.
now.
That's what I wanted to hear.
And I've had my fair shares of championships and 3-time state finalist, 1-time state champ. Wrestled all over this country, and here to see what they had back in the 1969.
So 2006, 112 pounds was your year in your weight class, correct?
Yes.
And of course, like I said, 3-time state finalist, 2006 state champion. Now, you've never seen this 1969 wrestling. I can tell you it is different. I've watched through this video, but I've not actually watched this match. I've not got to watch it. And if you, just a little background, after you get done watching this, we've already done the 95 and 112 pound weight class for 1969. But Tony Harris from Hopkinsville, George Turan from Hopkinsville, and Bill Clarkson, all state champions like 70, 72, 74, all those years. And they give great insight. After you watch this one, go back and watch their videos because they give some stuff that I just didn't know about, and I'm sure I'll tell Coty some stuff as we go along. But it's pretty cool to have this. It's pretty cool for our history. According to Jack Klein, high school wrestling in Kentucky started in '62. Now, we know the first state championship was '64, but he said wrestling started in '62, and the KHSAA picked it up in '64. So if you have any of the 1960 years, 70 years, any years that I don't have, please contact me so we can have the history of them. We know where they are, and we know that they'll be used. We'll reach out to people and see if we can contact them or their families if they're still with us. We can do their videos as well, because this is cool to see. This is cool to be able to review, especially with a former state champion, current head wrestling coach, about how different things are today. So we're going to be watching the 103 pound weight class. It is Bob Crawford from Jeffersontown versus Jim Whitehouse for Kentucky School for the Blind. Let's do this. Now, there is no original audio on this tape or this video file, so we're just going to have to narrate for you. All right, so here we go. The Kentucky School for the Blind is in the red, the solid red. Jeffersontown is in the maroon. And we're on the Kentucky School for the Blind mat, and we're at Trinity High School in Louisville. So we're neutral. You can tell they're wearing the full-length leggings and some type of tights. According to Bill Clarkson, those guys, these were not the most comfortable things to wrestle in, you can only imagine. And these guys are not wearing headgear. Headgear was optional in 1969. So I'm sure a lot of guys that wrestled didn't have cauliflowered ear. So he's trying for a...
Oh, wow.
Yep. We see a lot of wrestling on our knees.
Yeah, with the School of the Blind, you always have to be touching right now.
Some type of contact.
Yeah. So, but right now, I mean, both of them are getting their legs back good. Like, the shots are coming. Wrestling on the knees. We'll close the gap in between the mat and you. Like, so it's less way to get in. It's kind of weird to see how far the wrestling game has evolved since then. But this is where we came from, This is like the first years of Kentucky wrestling, and to see how far it's came is incredible.
All right, so we got one on our feet, one on our knees here, and we've already done 2 reviews from 1969, 95, and 100.
Good shot.
Yep, good shot right there.
Get your head out. Get your head out.
He's trying.
There it is.
Oh,
Drive.
not yet. I think Eric Friddle is the official airplane in it out there.
Is that Friddle?
No. It could be.
I was about to say.
It could be. So he gets his 2, and that's the end of the period.
Wow.
Now, did you notice the referee pointed instead of wearing wristbands?
Yes.
That's something else that has evolved.
Wow.
Is the referees, wearing wristbands. But the 112 pound weight class, your weight class, 2006, there was a 3-time state champion and I believe a 2-time state champion going at it. And, that was the best wrestling Kentucky had to offer. And it was just very...
There's no locking hands?
I don't think so.
Just hold on tight.
Just hold on tight. Like he's trying to pull like a 2-on-1 in.
I see that.
Oh, don't reach back.
Don't reach back.
Like he's got like an ankle trap, but he's trying to stand up, right? We're out of bounds. Wrestle.
Keep moving. Keep moving. Keep coming up. Keep coming up. Go out of bounds.
And out of bounds. Wrestle.
This is awesome that you got videos of all this. Oh, he's coming out.
Oh, there it is. Now, that's another thing too. Like he pointed, but he didn't give the reversal signal. We've been told by people that wrestled back then, they would say stuff out loud, kind of like we do today, but they just didn't have the hand mechanic. So is he going to get his one? Yes.
Yep.
Okay. So we're neutral.
Still going on the knees. The kid from School of the Blind has a good shot on him.
Yeah.
He's the more of the aggressor.
And that's another thing too that you hardly ever see in the matches we've done so far is I'm not sure if stalling wasn't a thing or if it just wasn't called.
Right.
I mean, we just don't have a rule book and nobody's been able to say for certain. One thing that I can say is Tony Harris, Hopkinsville, Christian County, everybody knows Tony. Mm-hmm. He said that back in this time, there used to be a riding clock. Not like college today, like where it flips, but if you chose, whether you chose up or down, if you rode your opponent out the whole period, you got an additional point.
Oh, wow.
If he reversed or escaped.
So you still have riding time, but you have to ride him out the whole period?
The whole period, yep.
Oh, wow. This is 103, huh?
103 pounds,
Oh,
yep.
man, they look jacked for 103.
They're big. Here it is. Turn in. Nope. Head hunting. All right.
Got one.
Got his one.
He's getting ready to give up two.
As a coach, what's the old saying, one, not two?
Yeah.
I think I'm going to try. I said that earlier. I'm going to try that this year. I'm going to, instead of giving the signal, I'm just going to point and be like,
And give it.
all right, pushing on the head.
Oh, wow.
And that's one, in the other videos, like nobody's really tried any offense. It's just kind of just mauling each other.
Right.
Until, we get something open up. But I think the 95 pounds, like the guy rides him the whole period and never, doesn't put a half in. He just lays on him.
Crawling away, crawling away.
Keep him in bounds. There you go. Reach through
Got
the
the ball and chain.
Yep. Oh. Stand. Oh.
Oh, give it up. Get out. You're out. Pop your head out.
There it is.
Good reversal.
He's crawling out.
Yeah, he is.
And now, I don't know I've lost track of the score.
Right.
If you know either of these gentlemen, Jim Whitehouse from the School for the Blind, or looks like School for the Blind won that.
6-4.
Jim Whitehouse from Kentucky School for the Blind, or Bob Crawford from Jeffersontown. Please reach out to them. Tell them their video is online. So Coty, 103 pounds. You got to watch it. 1969. It's kind of, you know, of course, you had a wrestler in the finals this year at 144 pounds. I think you had a couple, didn't you?
Yeah, I had two.
Two in the finals. And of course, you were there 3 times. Kind of give us your what you've seen differently from 1969, where we come from, and the early beginnings, to, you know, your time and then present time, the differences.
Oh man, it's a big leap, but I mean, you still got some technique here, but the crawling out, the locked hands, even from whenever I wrestled to now, it's evolved. You know, even looking at freestyle for the like national level, the senior level, and even looking at the college level, you know, high school level. I mean, everything has evolved. You know, we're only getting better, and then that's the way I see it. Now, this is where we come from. This is where we started out, you know, and it's about conditioning. It's about training. It's about technique. And we have guys that were at this point that are still teaching. And, you know, you even got Joe Carr Sr. He's still coaching, and he still coaches at the highest level. Yep. So even though that he was at one of these points at one time, he has evolved too. He's just like wrestling. So wherever wrestling is now is because of this foundation. So I love seeing it. I love watching these old videos and just see how far we've came. But I mean, we wouldn't be where we are if it wasn't for these guys.
Absolutely. And again, if you know either of these gentlemen, please reach out to them, tell them, hey, because if they're still with us, if their family would like to, you know, get together and do a review, I'd love to meet with them and say, hey, you know, this is, you know, your grandfather, your uncle, your dad, whoever it is, because it's not just, you're not just representing, you know, Woodford County, you're not just representing Jefferson Town School for the Blind, you're representing, you know, your whole community, people you went to school with, your county even, and we just, you know, love being able to show it and celebrate what come before us. So, Coty, any closing thoughts before we wrap this one up?
Just, you know, listen to the old guys. You know, everyone sees these older gentlemen, but I tell you what, they're full of wisdom. They've seen where we was and where we are now, and some of them are still rocking and rolling.
Absolutely.
So, listen, take everything in, use your brain as a sponge, and absorb everything.
That's an excellent piece of advice. I'll end it by saying, I think Tony Harris at Christian County, of course, Tony won in 1974, 105 pounds, I believe, state championship. I believe Tony could still medal today, all these years later. Tony's a monster. Tony, you know we love you, all the Christian County, Hopkinsville guys. That's all we got for this 103-pound 1969 retro review. Thanks again to Coty Lewis, head coach at Woodford County, for allowing me to come into the mat room. You can tell we're in the mat room here and doing the video review with me. That's all we got. We'll see you guys on the mats.